trees, plants. What about people? Are you? Okay. Well, what we're going to learn about today is an important part of our environment. It is called our watershed. Anybody know what the watershed is? Got a couple. Asia? You know? Watershed? Randy? Water goes down. Please speak up nice and loud. Tell us again. Randy is a good start.
It's like a storm drain and it kind of recycles.
Water goes down the storm drain and recycles itself. Good start. Anybody else? Meg? Cleans the water. Okay, we're going to learn a little bit about that too. Anybody else? Jonathan? We reuse it. Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to come right back to that. In order to learn about our watershed, we're going to have to be scientists. Who can tell me? You know what? Let's wait. Each group discuss, give me for a moment amongst yourselves, each table, and give me 5 good ways to be a scientist. Discuss amongst yourselves what makes a good scientist. Because I know you've done some of this before. You've been scientists before. What makes a good scientist?
Yes, we have good research. And you have
Okay. Maybe, what'd your table come up with? Can you get some ideas? Alright, Meg.
I think what we came up with is so the scientists that
David, hold on a minute.
It's good to be an astronomer because you get to guess about the stuff. You get to guess about what's in space and then research it and see if you got the guess right.
Research? Your guess right? Does anybody know the name of the guess in scientific terms? Kindly. Tallulah? Hypothesis. Very good. Hypothesis means an educated guess. Leo, what did your table come up with for being a good scientist?
Ice cream.
Okay, fine.
Okay, well that's, you know what, anybody else? Mood. I think what this means is we're going to learn a little bit more about how to be a good scientist. That's okay. They're intelligent. You have to be smart to be a good scientist. I'm sorry? Never give up? Is that a life skill? Is that perseverance? Over here?
Discover stuff.
Discover stuff.
They find stuff and tools that they are discovering.
What tools might they use? A microscope. How many in here have used a microscope? Raise your hand
What?
if you've used a microscope.
Raise your hand.
I think I should. Leo, you have a microscope in front of you. That's it. Alright. Well, what I can tell is we have a couple things to learn still about being a scientist, and a good one. Good scientists ask lots of questions. So that's what I'm going to need from you guys. I want you guys to ask lots of questions. Alright? So, as I mentioned, we are going to be learning about a watershed. Randy had a good start at what a watershed is, and that part of it involves our storm drains. But this is an example of a watershed. A watershed is any area of land that water flows over and goes in and out of. So we live in what's called the San Francisco Bay watershed. Any water, when it rains, goes in the ocean. When you turn down on the faucet, it goes down those pipes. What about the tide? Does anybody know about the tide? Mood? Comes in. So people know the tide goes in and out. David, have you seen the tide go in and out at the beach? You have? Has anybody tasted the water at the beach?
Yes, I
Too
have.
salty. Very salty.
It's very gross.
Is the water from the water fountain salty?
No! Because it gets in the cleaner and it cleans all that salt out.
You think it cleans the salt out? What about in the mountains? Way up in the mountains. What do people do during the winter in the mountains?
Hike.
When it's really cold, what do you see a lot of in the mountains? Water. Snowballs. Snow.
Ice.
Way up. And has anybody here been to Lake Tahoe? Have you gone during the winter? What's on the ground? Snow. Who can tell me what they think happens to that snow when it gets warm out?
It melts.
It evaporates.
You think it evaporates?
No.
Very good. Some of it evaporates and turns into gas.
It evaporates more than clouds, and the clouds they sit in the ocean.
Do you think maybe some of it melts? Are these our different states of matter? That's right, we learned about our different states. So, some of that snow evaporates, goes into the clouds. What happens then? What happens when the cloud gets full of all the water that is? It rains. What happens to the water that melts?
It melts.
It melts. Goes into the plants. Where else might it go? If you have a lot of snow, how's it get there?
Evaporation.